In 1916, beneath the churning waters of Lake Erie, a catastrophic explosion trapped a dozen workers in a pitch-black tunnel filled with toxic smoke and lethal natural gas. For hours, rescue attempts failed. Every volunteer who entered the tunnel collapsed and died within minutes. The situation was hopeless until a man named Garrett Morgan arrived in the dead of night, carrying a strange hood-like contraption that would change the course of American history. Garrett Morgan was an African-American inventor from Cleveland, Ohio, who understood a fundamental law of physics that others had ignored. In a room full of smoke, the most breathable air is closest to the floor, his safety hood featured long tubes that hung down to the ground, using a series of wet sponges to filter out smoke and deliver cooler, cleaner air to the wearer. Despite his brilliant design, Morgan had struggled to sell the device across a segregated United States. To bypass racial prejudice, he often hired a white actor to pose as the inventor while Morgan himself disguised as a Native American assistant, demonstrating the mask's power by sitting in a smoke-filled tent for 20 minutes. But at Lake Erie, there was no time for charades. Morgan and his brother donned the hoods, descended into the suffocating abyss, and emerged moments later carrying a survivor on their backs. They returned again and again, pulling bodies and survivors from a tomb that everyone else deemed a death trap. The news of the safety hood spread like wildfire. Fire departments across the country, who had previously watched their men succumb to smoke inhalation in almost every major blaze, suddenly had a way to fight fires from the inside out. However, the road to recognition was bitter. When the heroic story hit the newspapers, many cities in the Jim Crow South canceled their orders upon learning the inventor was black. Morgan was even omitted from the initial official hero's honors for the Cleveland rescue, yet the effectiveness of the mask was undeniable. During World War I, the United States military refined Morgan's breathing device into the iconic gas masks used to protect soldiers from mustard gas in the trenches of Europe. Garrett Morgan didn't just invent a tool, he pioneered the very concept of personal protective equipment. Today, every time a firefighter rushes into a burning building with an oxygen tank and a face shield, they are breathing through the legacy of a man who fought both deadly gases and systemic prejudice to save American lives.